All right, everyone, so let's talk about something you don't see plastered all over social media. The habits of the rich, the people who've built incredible wealth, but you wouldn't necessarily know it just by looking at them. They're not the ones with the flashy cars in every color or the ones constantly upgrading to the biggest mansion on the block. They're playing a different game, a much smarter game, if you ask me. It's a game of subtlety, strategy, and long-term thinking. They don't flex, they don't chase, and you'll rarely see them trying to prove anything to anyone. Instead, their wealth is a silent engine, powering a life of genuine freedom and peace, not just an endless stream of material possessions. It's about a different kind of status, one that's internal rather than external. They understand that true wealth isn't about how much you can show, but how much you can control: your time, your energy, your choices. They've mastered the art of financial discretion. So what's their secret? How do they build and maintain this kind of understated abundance while the rest of the world is shouting from the rooftops? It's not about some hidden stock tip or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about a series of deliberate, often counterintuitive habits that prioritize sustainability over spectacle. These are the foundational principles that allow them to accumulate, and more importantly, their wealth. Here's what they do instead. First up, and this is a big one, the quiet rich consistently buy peace over performance. Now, what do I mean by that? It means they're not dropping insane amounts of cash on things just to impress their neighbors or their Instagram followers. Their spending decisions are driven by a desire to simplify their lives, to create an environment of calm and security. Think about it. When you're constantly trying to one-up everyone else, that's a stressful way to live. It's a never-ending treadmill. The quiet, rich step off that treadmill entirely. They invest in homes that feel like a sanctuary, a genuine escape from the noise of the world, not just a showcase of square footage. Their routines are designed to bring peace and reduce friction, whether it's a well-organized kitchen that makes meal prep easier or a home gym that saves them a commute. And when it comes to material items, they prioritize things that last. Items of genuine quality and craftsmanship that serve a purpose and stand the test of time rather than fleeting trends. For them, luxury isn't about the logo or the price tag. It's about the intrinsic value and the tranquility it brings to their daily existence. This approach extends to everything. They're not necessarily buying the fastest car with the loudest engine. They might opt for a reliable, comfortable vehicle that makes their commute more peaceful, or even better, live in a way that minimizes the need for a car at all. They value a good night's sleep over a status symbol. They'd rather invest in experiences that enrich their lives or services that buy back their time, like a house cleaner or a meal prep service, than another designer handbag. It's a fundamental shift in perspective. Spend to enhance your inner world, not your outer image. All right, habit number 2 is all about automation. The quiet rich understand the incredible power of setting up systems so that their money moves in the background, almost on autopilot. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being smart and efficient. They know that relying on willpower or remembering to make financial moves every single month is a recipe for inconsistency. Instead, they build a financial infrastructure that works for them 24/7, without requiring constant manual intervention. This is a cornerstone of building wealth without the stress. Think about it. Their savings are automatically deducted and transferred to dedicated accounts the moment their income hits. Their investments, whether it's into index funds, real estate, or other ventures, are often set up on recurring schedules. Bills are paid automatically, ensuring they never miss a payment and maintain a pristine credit score. They might even have systems for credit monitoring and identity theft protection that are constantly working behind the scenes. It's less about making a monumental effort each month and more about the cumulative effect of small, consistent, automated actions. This level of automation frees up an incredible amount of mental energy. Instead of constantly worrying about whether they've saved enough or if a bill is due or how their investments are performing on a daily basis, they can focus on other things: their careers, their families, their passions. The system handles the heavy lifting. This doesn't mean they set it and forget it entirely. They review and adjust their systems periodically, of course. But the day-to-day management is largely hands-off, allowing their wealth to grow steadily and quietly without demanding their constant attention. The third habit, and this is crucial, is that the quiet rich consciously stay below the radar and, importantly, well below their means. Just because they can afford a lavish lifestyle doesn't mean they choose to live one. This is a massive differentiator. So many people, the moment their income increases, immediately inflate their spending to match or even exceed it. This is what's known as lifestyle creep, and it's a trap that keeps people from ever achieving true financial independence, no matter how much they earn. The quiet rich understand that the gap between what they earn and what they spend is where true wealth is built. That margin is their power. It's what allows them to invest, to save, to weather financial storms, and ultimately to buy their freedom. They don't feel the need to constantly upgrade their car every 2 years or move to a bigger house just because their income went up. They're often content with what they have, recognizing that more stuff doesn't necessarily equate to more happiness. In fact, it often means more headaches, more maintenance, and more to worry about. They know that real freedom isn't about owning the most expensive things, it's about having options. It's the freedom to walk away from a job they don't like, the freedom to pursue a passion project, the freedom to spend more time with loved ones. And that kind of freedom is far more valuable to them than any status symbol an upgraded lifestyle could provide. They derive satisfaction from seeing their net worth grow, not from the fleeting thrill of a new purchase. This discipline to live below their means is a quiet superpower. Habit number 4 is all about protecting their energy, and let me tell you, this is just as important as managing their money. The quiet rich are masters of saying no. They say it often, and they say it without guilt. They understand that their time and energy are finite, precious resources, and they are incredibly selective about how they allocate them. They say no to unnecessary meetings, to social obligations that drain them, to requests that don't align with their priorities. They actively curate their environment to minimize noise and urgency. This could mean limiting their exposure to social media, unsubscribing from endless email lists, or even choosing to live in a quieter neighborhood. They understand that constant distractions and the pressure of manufactured urgency are detrimental to deep work, clear thinking, and overall well-being. They recognize that wealth isn't just measured in dollars and cents. It's also measured in peace of mind, in mental clarity, and in the ability to focus on what truly matters. This protection of energy translates into stronger boundaries in all areas of life. They don't let other people's agendas dictate their schedules. They carve out time for rest, for reflection, and for activities that recharge them, because they know that burnout is the enemy of long-term success and happiness. By fiercely guarding their energy, they ensure they have the capacity to make sound decisions, to pursue their goals with vigor, and to enjoy the wealth they've built. It's about understanding that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is to disconnect and recharge. Finally, the 5th habit is that the quiet rich make decisions with the long game firmly in mind. There's no rushing, no chasing fads, and definitely no get-rich-quick gambling. Their approach to wealth building is characterized by calm, confident, and calculated steps that are designed to compound over time. They understand a fundamental truth that many overlook. Slow and steady really does win the race, especially when it comes to finances. They're not looking for a quick hit, they're building a fortress. They prioritize sustainability in all their financial endeavors. This means they're not taking on excessive risk for a potential short-term gain that could jeopardize their long-term security. They invest in assets they understand, often with a proven track record. They diversify. They focus on consistent contributions over many years, allowing the magic of compound interest to work its wonders. They know that true wealth is rarely built overnight. It's the result of disciplined actions, repeated consistently over decades. This patience is a hallmark of their strategy. This long-term perspective allows them to weather market volatility without panicking. When others are selling in fear, they often see opportunities, or simply stay the course, confident in their long-term plan. They know that short-term fluctuations are just noise in the grand scheme of things. This unwavering focus on the horizon, this commitment to sustainable growth, is what makes their financial progress seem almost unstoppable over time. It's less about dramatic sprints and more about a relentless, steady marathon towards financial peace and security. So there you have it, 5 powerful habits of the quiet rich. It's not about secret formulas or exclusive clubs, it's about a mindset, a disciplined approach to life and money that prioritizes substance over show. They buy peace, they automate their finances, they live below their means, they protect their energy, and they always play the long game. These aren't just financial tactics, they're life strategies that cultivate a deeper, more resilient form of prosperity. This is what quiet wealth really looks like. Intentional, rooted, private. It's a stark contrast to the loud, often fleeting displays of affluence we see so much of. It's about building a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. It's about crafting a financial foundation so solid that it affords you true freedom. The freedom to choose, the freedom to be, the freedom to live life on your own terms without the constant pressure to impress or keep up. And the best part, this kind of wealth, this subtle, enduring prosperity is available to anyone who's willing to move differently, to adopt these principles and apply them consistently. It requires a shift in perspective, a commitment to a different path. If this resonates with you, if you're tired of the noise and ready to build something real and lasting, then I invite you to learn more. Follow the Subtle Wealth Club, where we build calm, calculated money moves on purpose. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.